other people. They've not thought about it, but everyone does it. They are constantly thinking about other people. Why? And I realize though that most people never, because they don't self-examination. There's no self-examination for them. They don't know why they're doing things. They just got to partner through life. Whatever it is, right? But it is an amazing question. And we have every way that you can watch and support the show listed on JesseLeePeterson.com/show. JesseLeePeterson.com/show. And if you're like busy and you're like, wow, I would love to hear the show live as it is happening, but I'm busy. I got to take my children to the public school system because I hate them and I don't feel like being a mother to them, so I'm going to dump them off in hell. So I can't be listening. Or the father is, I hate my wife, and so I'm going to get out of this house early in the morning and leave her with the kids so she can destroy them. Or you're buying some fentanyl, or you considering suicide, or trying to overcome suicide, whatever you might be doing. Or you simply could be laying up at a beach, or traveling on an airplane just falling out of the sky, or the wheels falling off, or there are people on the plane fighting, or you're at the airport already and some lady is upset she missed her flight or the flight was late and she attacked the workers, throw the computers off the desk and everything, run behind the desk where the workers are and throw things away and get away with it. So whatever you're doing, you can be listening to the show. You can podcast all the shows, but you can listen. Oh, you can listen. Oh, you're a terrorist. You're right about that. Allahu Akbar. You can be listening to the show. Isn't that amazing? No excuses. You can be listening by calling the listen line on TalkStream Live at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. Isn't that amazing? Yes, Jesse, that is amazing. Also, to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. BuyMeACoffee.com/JLP Talk. Or Bond JLP Cash App. Bond JLP Cash App. All right? Oh, amazing. You know what else is amazing? What, Jesse? It's Thursday again. It is Thursday again. Mamma mia, hola, sí, señor. Gracias. It's Thursday. And we take all calls about whatever issues. But Thursdays, we take the Bible Thumper calls right away. Because we love the Bible Thumpers. We love the Bible Thumpers. So we've set aside a day for the Bible Thumpers. And today is Thursday. And today is Bible Thumper Thursday. Oh, Lord.
It's a scene you don't expect to see at a Sunday church service, a fight in the pulpit.
It's a disgrace.
Let me hear you speak in tongues.
And I read the Bible cover to cover. Very, very close to my mom. A real mama's boy. You will emerge from that as an atheist.
What did you just say? What a mess! What a mess. It's amazing. Before I go to the phones and I see your calls, there's one line open, right? Still, if you like to jump in there. And you can hear me yelling at me, I tried to get through, but I couldn't. Jump in now. 888-7753-773. 888-77-Jesse. A couple things. Couple things I realized, and I take no credit for my realization, by the way, but I realized that, you've heard me say that human nature is evil, that human beings are evil. If you ever see that for yourself by seeing it in yourself first, and then you're going to see it, and then you're going to start seeing the depths of how evil human beings are, it's going to blow. You're not going to know what to do with it. Matter of fact, there's nothing that you can or should do with it but see it, right? But human beings are evil. I was watching some of the sound bites from the so-called presidential run competition right now. And I noticed that for years, for always, Trump been talking about making America great again by making the economy good, bringing back jobs, drilling, closing the borders, and things like that. The things that are good and just, right? That's all he was talking about. He deal with other issues too, but the primary issues to make us respected around the country again. Those things. And Trump is known for that. And for a long time, the Democrats and radicals have been against him about those things. They don't like the fact he pushed those things. Well, and speaking of human nature being evil, I noticed that Kamala Harris and that guy, her so-called vice president, whoever he is, they are now trying to say exactly what Trump says. Trump wants us to be respected around the world by being strong and doing it the right way, right? These two people now running ads and speaking exactly what Trump is saying when they're not for those things at all. Zero. They're not for America being respected around the world. They have had time to prove that, and they haven't. They've been in there for almost 4 years now. At least Kamala Harris and that guy that with her, he's no good. He's a liberal. And he's the same, by the way. But anyway, Kamala Harris is repeating and saying exactly what Trump says now. And those that's backing her little helpers. But what I realized from that, is that Kamala Harris and the people who are working behind the scenes with her, they say Barack Obama and others, whomever might be the liberal media and others, they are pure evil. They are great pretenders, great deceivers. And they are willing to deceive you. Because if they were not trying to deceive, they'd say, you know what, we have not closed the borders down. We have a weak military. We did not do anything that we said we would do in the first nearly 4 years now. We sorry. We were wrong. We should have done those things. Give us another chance, we will do them. But that's not what they're saying. They're pretending that they have already done them and they're going to make them better. They are deceiving the people. They're so evil that they are deceiving the people. This woman, female, Kamala Harris, is evil to the core. When you see her, you see Satan. you see a daughter of Satan. It is mind-blowing that she's going around the country pretending to be and do what Trump is doing and says he's going to do. Isn't that amazing? It's pure evil. And then the people, the voters, due to the fact that they have fear, and anyone who has fear, not only are they already brainwashed, they can be controlled. Get rid of your fear, you cannot be controlled. Get rid of your anger, you will not be controlled or brainwashed. But you already brainwashed the fact that you have anger. Anger is hatred. Hatred is evil.
I know, but I can't get out of here until I have something to go to. And for some reason, no one's answering my resumes. On my application, maybe I'm just not hireable. I don't know what to think.
One of the things I keep telling you now is to follow up.
Well, they say not to.
That's a lie. Some of them say not to, but I would follow up on every one of them. Show some interest.
Okay.
That's what I would do. But I think it's time to move that to the forefront. If they leaving, they know something.
Yeah, and that's the surgery coordinator of the doctor's leaving. He's leaving in October. His surgery coordinator just gave his resignation today and put out a mass email saying that Dawn is a liar.
She called her a liar?
He called her, he went, and the office is buzzing, like the office is going crazy with, did you see the email? Oh my God, da, 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 da. Like he said so much stuff about Dawn, like you'll see the email when you get a chance. All right, be careful, call me later.
All right.
Okay, love you, bye.
When somebody's leaving and then more than one person leaves, it's time to go. It's that simple.
Hatred is playing God. But it's weird to see Kamala Harris and the people behind her doing these things. And they don't care that you know. But the voters are so dumb, those who are supporting her, they're like, well, I don't know what she's done, but I'm voting for her. They have no clue. Where have you been? You must not have gone to a gas station lately or seen the violence in our country lately, or notice how Black Lives Matter nearly burned America to the ground and got away with it. No police. You know that the police show up now
After the fact.
after the crime is done. It's like they wait around till the criminal leaves the scene of the crime, and then they show up. And they, we don't catch it. We all know. Oh, they did that. They broke in your establishment like that, and they do nothing.
You want to report?
You have Kamala Harris to thank for that. You have the Democratic Party to thank for that. You have the rhino Republicans. Not all rhinos are for you either. I mean, not all Republicans are for you either. They are rhinos. So, our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare between good and evil, right and wrong. Whether you know it or not, and most people don't know it, you don't know you're in a battle in your own life, your life, because you don't know yourself. You're not paying attention to what's going on. And because you're not paying attention to what's happening inside of you, you don't see what's going on outside of you, inside of others. There is a plan to destroy mankind and the earth, the world. There's a plan by unseen forces without the human bodies. And there are unseen forces that don't have human bodies, but there are those that do have human bodies. And they're working through the human bodies to destroy not only you, but everyone around you and even the earth. And you're just a little lollygagging through it, suffering. And you go to a psychiatrist or psychologist or some stupid counselor, and they give you medication. They give you a false name of what you're dealing with. Oh, post-traumatic stress disorder. Here's some pills. And don't worry, you're going to be this way all of your life. I understand. You're going to be in a post-traumatic stress disorder state of mind of being for the rest of your life. They tell you. And you pay money for it.
You're an addict.
And you believe it. You are an alcoholic. You're a drug addict. You're going to be an alcoholic all of your life. Stay away from drinking. Don't even be around anyone that drink. Take one drink, you're bad. They tell you, and you believe it because you don't see the unseen forces of evil that's driving you. You think you're in charge, and you're not. Isn't that amazing? One other thing I want to mention. Most people today, it's always been that way, not just today, only a few concerned about the real things of life. Most people are really concerned, especially male men, they're concerned about marriages. They're more talk about women and how to handle them and how to get married I ever heard in my whole life. And the devil tell men and women, oh, your problem is you need to get married and have some children. And you get married and you forget about working on yourself. You forget about spiritual things. You forget about God. Because now that you're married, you got to satisfy your wife. You got to satisfy your husband. And you spend time on that. You spend time on that. Instead of the things of God, which is inside of you. You don't do that. You try to please your wife. You're trying to please your husband. And that's never going to happen. Ain't that much pleasing in the world. Paul said, it's best not to be married. It's best not to be married. And the devil tells you it's best to be married. Oh, you got all these inner feelings on the inside. You're empty. You're longing for something. Your parents didn't do a good job on you. You didn't have a good family growing up. You weren't that happy. You know what? You can make for better parents. You can make for better parents. Get married and have some children and have a family. And you do it, listen to the devil, and you repeat the same thing your parents did, or even worse. Because you listen to the devil told you it's best to be married. That will solve your problems. And it doesn't. It only adds to them. Not only are you fighting trying to please your wife or your husband, you're now fighting because your wife about to take your children from you. Going downtown to the courthouse with an expensive lawyer that she doesn't have to pay for, but you do. And then the court give you counselors for the children, and you have to pay for that. And then you got to pay for your own lawyer. And then once you lose, because you will, you got to pay alimony and now on the children. Oh, but the devil told you you're made for a better parent. Get married. How blind are you? Whereas the unmarried man or woman, not all, but tend to focus on the inner things, not the outer. They don't have to worry about the stupid wife or the stupid husband, the angry wife or the angry husband. They don't try to have to please you, which you can never do anyway. You are not supposed, listen to this. You can tweet this one out on X, JLP Talk on X. You are not supposed to work on a relationship. You are not supposed to try to make a marriage work, a friendship work, a workship work, preachership work, or shipship work. Somebody lied to you when they told you that you got to put effort in it. You got to make it work. They lied to you. The devil inside of others. You have been lied to. And if you notice, the more you try to make things work, they don't work. And so why don't you stop trying to make relationships work? You're lost. You're blind in believing that. You can't make a relationship work.
You have a message.
Yeah.
It ain't meant to be. You're trying to make something be that is not meant to be. And it's never going to be because you're trying to make it be because it was never meant to be. And so you're trying to make it be. Camilla Harris. And so all we have is bees. All we have is bees. Camilla Harris. Amazing. So marriage is not the solution, folks. It's not the answer to your spiritual issues, to your lostness, to your suffering, to your loneliness, to your sadness, to your lack of love, to your revenge and your jealousy. All you do when you get married, all you do is take out revenge on each other. Have you noticed that? And then you go and tell your family members about it. You tell your friends, and you laugh. And they feel bad for you. Oh, poor pitiful you. They're feeling bad for the devil. If you're not married, now if you feel like you gotta get married or burn, get married. But if you're not married, you gotta pay more attention to the things of God, meaning the things of the truth, what is right. Because you have time to focus on that. You're only trying to make some stupid relationship work that ain't gonna work anyway. Because you're trying to make it work. According to 1 Corinthians 7:32-35, it's Bible Thumper Thursday. But I want you to be free from concerns. I want you to be free from concerns. One who is unmarried is concerned about the things of the Lord. One who is unmarried is concerned about the things of truth. Seeking first the kingdom of God is right way, right? One who is unmarried. How he may please the Lord, not his stupid wife. How he may please the Lord. But one who is married is concerned about the things of the world. I gotta buy my wife some flowers. I gotta rush home from work because she's gonna think I'm out with someone else. I gotta take her on a date night. We have 30 children, but she still want a date night. And if not, she's gonna be mad. You're concerned about the things of the world. How he may please his wife. Such an idiot person. You can never, ever, 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 but never please a woman. Stop trying. I'll tell you that. I ain't even know it was in the Bible. I want to use the F word, but I don't think you're supposed to call anybody an F word with the L on the end. Anyone that try to please their wives, you're F with the L. I can't say. I think I was supposed to say that. Now, I don't even know if that's true. You're not supposed to please a wife. Isn't that amazing? So you're concerned, one who is married is concerned about the things of the world, how he may please his wife, and his interests are divided. He's divided. The woman who is unmarried and the virgin is concerned about the things of the Lord. She ain't trying to please no man. She's not wearing those tight underwears out in the road streets trying to please a man. Or paying all that money for her fat butt, balloon butt, gym ball butt. Trying to please a man. An unmarried woman is not trying to do that. She's trying to please the Lord. She's concerned about the things of the world. She's not concerned about the things of the world. So, the woman who's unmarried and the virgin is concerned about the things of the Lord, that she may be holy, both in body and spirit. But one who is married is concerned about the things of the world. I gotta please my husband, they say. She's concerned about the things of the world, how she may please her husband. I say this for your own benefit, not to put a restraint on you. Don't put a restraint on you trying to please another person, dummy. Don't put a restraint on you focusing on the world and the people thereof. Not to put a restraint on you, but to promote what is appropriate and to secure undistracted devotion to the Lord. That's from First Corinthians 1. 1 Corinthians 7:32 through 35. It's not the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's in the Word. So, men and women who are married and those who are getting engaged, stop right now. As of this day, never try to please your husband or your wife. Never try to please another person. Work on you. See what's going on inside of you. Seek the kingdom of God in His right way. Seek the kingdom of God in His right way. And you'll be fine. Never, but never try to please another person. It's abnormal. It is evil. It's evil to try to please your wife or your husband. It's evil. You can't please another person. The more you try, the more you're going to have to give until your soul is completely destroyed. When I think of the world, it fills me with sorrow. When I think of the world, it fills me with sorrow. Children today gonna suffer tomorrow. Oh, what a shame. Such a sad way to live. Who really cares? You're living such a sad life, not understanding what is driving you. You literally think you're in control of your own life. You think you're doing those things. You think you're thinking this way. You think you're feeling that way. And you're not.
Make a relationship work? You really believe that?
Not only do I believe that, Jaden, I know that. There's not one person on earth who has ever made a relationship work.
I do notice when I'm talking to the girls, I'm not focused on God. Well, just a quick question before I get into the biblical one. If you don't mind, just what is the point of a friendship then if you're not supposed to work on it and build it up? What is the point of a friend?
There is no point of a friendship, and there is no such thing as a friendship. The word friendship is just a word, and what you should do is just live your life without putting titles on anyone or anything, and that way you don't put restrictions up on yourself and others to try to make something work. You want to hang out with somebody? Go hang out, have a little hootenanny over time, and go home with no restriction, no expectation.
Do you actually live your life like that?
Absolutely, and it's
That
amazing.
sounds so cool, bro. That actually sounds so cool to not like have it like, you know, got to be this ego like, oh, that's my friend. That's my friend.
Right. You don't need to say it's my friend. Just go hang out. Don't put a tight on it. If your friend don't show up, fine. If your friend show up, fine. If your friend have a fun, fine. You would lose nothing nor gain anything because you wouldn't have any expectation of that person.
That's sick, bro. I want to live like that. I gotta keep doing the silent prayer.
Yeah.
But this is
the way you do it is do the silent prayer. Don't hold anything against yourself or anyone else. Don't be angry, and just watch. Be present, and that will happen for you. You can't make it happen. The Father will cause you to overcome all identities, and He will take away all of your identities and give you clear mind and perfect peace, and you will have no expectation from yourself or anyone else.
Yeah, it's like when you're a kid, like you don't care if your like friend shows up to play, you're just gonna keep playing anyways. Right?
Absolutely.
It's crazy. All right, well
so have you ever tried to make a friendship work?
Oh, a ton of them, man. My friend of 8 years went transgender, and I tried so hard to save him, and he became so angry at me.
Yes, because you can't save anyone. You can't even save yourself.
I thought I could wake him up though, because I was just friends with 8 years.
But you still can't wake him up. Anyone that tries to wake up another person or save another person is asleep themselves. That's why you got the blind leading the blind, right? Who are you to think that you can save somebody or wake somebody up? You're not awake yourself when you think that way.
And mostly it's just the girl ones that I try to make work. Like they'll have like a completely different personality. They'll be like, you know, and they'll be texting me first, not like I'm like begging them, but they're texting me first and like hitting me up. But they're just like, I'm just doing it just because it's like a good feeling of, oh yeah, this girl likes me, bro. Yeah, this girl likes me. I'm gonna keep going with that. So I'm just not focused on God, not focused on getting my money up.
Well, never when you meet a girl. I'm telling you this. When you meet a girl, I don't care how nice and sweet and lovely and how much she give you the S stuff, never assume she likes you. She doesn't. All you're doing is coming up with fake ideas in your own mind. She doesn't like you. She's just getting the same thrill from you that you're getting from her, which is all ego thrill, and that's going to eventually...
But that's the thing, Jesse, I mainly think because I watched you for so long, I'm like, I would basically call myself a Jesse-ist. You know, they call yourself a Christian, I call myself a Jesse.
What
I try to tell them all this stuff. I know that's ego, I shouldn't do that, but I try to tell them all this stuff, and it works for a little bit, and then go right back to doing it.
Well, stop trying to tell them. You only said to tell people the truth that want to hear the truth.
Whoa.
If they don't...
How do I know they want to hear if I don't tell them?
You will know. Don't worry about it. You will see. You will know.
Speaking of truth, I got this very important biblical question.
Okay.
So it's Bible Thumper Thursday, and I know you're like non-denominational, right? Like you don't follow a church.
Yeah, I'm non-denomination.
Yeah, see, I have an issue with that because I believe that there's a Bible verse, if you want me to get it, I can. But it says where Jesus, I think it was an Acts, he gave the keys, it says he gave the keys of the church to Peter. Whatever you bound and loose and on earth will be permitted in heaven. I don't know if you know that verse, but basically it means whatever you permit on earth will be permitted in heaven.
Right.
And whatever you deny on earth will be denied in heaven.
Right.
And he was talking to Peter about that because he gave the keys of the church to Peter and said, you're the rock I'm going to build my church on. That only really leaves you, and then Peter, of course, gave the authority to Linus, or if you're a Mormon, you don't believe he gave it to Linus, you think that it just transferred over to Joseph Smith. The point is, you only have like 3 churches after that make sense. It's like the Catholic, the Orthodox, and the Mormon church. But I just want to know, what is your opinion?
And what's the question?
So yeah, do you think that Jesus gave like the keys of his church, the authority of the church to interpret scripture and everything to Peter only? Like he's the pope, the judge.
No, you have it too. Anyone that has returned to the Father, working on return to the Father, you are the church. You have the keys, and whatever you bound on earth will be bound in heaven. Whatever you loose on earth will be loose in heaven. And because
But he only said that to Peter.
But I know he said it because Peter knew who he was. The other people did not know who Christ was. They didn't recognize him. They thought he was everybody but who he was. Peter knew he was the Son of the Father.
Okay, so when after Thomas said, my God, like after he acknowledged Jesus being God, Thomas
never acknowledged Jesus being. He never acknowledged Jesus being God.
But why do you say my God, after Jesus showed him the holes in his hands?
Because he recognized, he called him God like anyone else. Hey, my God, you know. But he didn't say he was God. Yeah. You believe Jesus is God?
Yeah.
So, do you believe it's possible that when Thomas said that God was there with him?
He's always there with him, but that's not what...
Because God is in Jesus.
Oh, you think he might have been talking to the Father, like being like, oh, yeah. God is sick.
Yeah.
I never heard that before. All right, well, I've got a question. Let me ask you this first, then. Who is the church? Right, so the church is, well, it's technically called the people of Christ. But you'd have the Orthodox over here.
I'm asking you, who is the church?
I think the church is, right now, I think the church is the Mormon church.
No, your body is the church.
Really?
Yeah. The Mormon building is just a building.
That's a thing.
The building is just a building, man, where people get together.
Wait, Jesse,
but your temper,
all God?
Your body is the temple of God.
Do you think that we're all God?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you're a statement.
There's only one God. Let me ask you, but then I got to run, Jaden. Are you a Mormon?
Yeah.
What the?
I don't believe in the prophets, technically, but I agree with their theology. It's actually pretty similar to yours.
Let me ask you this. Where is the proof that Thomas was calling Jesus God? Where did you get it? Because I have heard that before, and I really don't know what to say to people when they say that, because I don't know. I've never seen where Thomas said that.
Right, so it was in John 20:26. After Jesus came back from the dead and showed everyone his hands and everything, Thomas touched him, and then he was like, my Lord and my God.
So he was talking to the Son and the Father?
But he was just talking to Jesus.
What good is it doing you to be a Mormon?
Dude, actually a ton, because like I said, their theology is pretty similar to yours. Okay. In that God does everything to make you better and not bitter. I heard you say that before.
Nice.
We believe in the church. And you're not supposed to be angry. Anger is of the devil. They believe that too. The only thing I disagree is that they believe all emotions are good except for anger. So like when you crying, they'd be like crying with you and all that. It's crazy, bro. But it did me a lot of good because I gained a bunch of money doing door-to-door sales. And the things I learned in the church helped me out, be more patient on the doors and be more peaceful.
Well, let your Mormon preacher know that emotions are not necessary, and let him know that God is a dispassionate God. Satan.
Wait.
Satan.
Let me
just tell you this. Satan is a passionate God, emotion. And if you doubt me, overcome your anger. You see, when you overcome your anger, emotions will disappear.
Real quick, I heard you say that before, that God is a dispassionate God.
Right.
So I just want to know, because a dispassionate God.
Right.
So I just want to know, because all over the Bible it says like Jesus was angry, he flipped tables. God was angry, he was disappointed in humanity. Like it keeps saying God has emotions. Why does the
It
Bible
never
keep
say
doing
it never say that Jesus had emotion.
Well, it said that God the Father was got like angry and sad. And
It never said God the Father was angry and mad.
Well, it said the Lord.
It never said he was angry and mad. And let me just say this to you, Jaden, and I know what you're talking about. When human beings read that, they automatically associate their emotions to that of God. They think that he was emotional angry. They don't know he was able to see injustice or evil, but not hate it, not feel anything about it, and take strong action. But they automatically equate their anger, their human nature, to that of God.
Whoa. So God doesn't feel anger like we do?
Not at all. And I promise you, this is one thing I promise you, if you ever do it. Once you overcome anger and thoughts, you will never be emotional again.
Are you serious? Ever again? Like,
Yeah.
no, I can't go back to it?
What?
I can't just slip back into it after 20 years?
How can you flip back into something that no longer lives in you?
Because that's what happened when I was a kid. It didn't live in me, and I let it live in me after
It
that.
did. You were not an emotional kid until you were traumatized by your mother.
There you go. What if I become traumatized again? Can I still not go back to being emotional?
Once you're born of the Father, you can never be traumatized again.
What? All right, I got to keep doing the silent prayer. All this sounds awesome, bro.
Yeah, stay with the prayer, right? No matter what. And then practice being present rather than living in your head thinking about the past or the future, all right?
You promise all this is true. You're not just like saying this.
I promise you, it's true, and if you stay with it, you stay present rather than in your head thinking about the past or the future, or yesterday or tomorrow, what's going to happen. If you stay present, you're going to see what I'm talking about. It will come to pass for you.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Thank you, Jeff.
All right, buddy. Nice call. I appreciate it. All right. 888-888-77. There's a line open. 888-77, Jesse. Let me go quickly to Jason out of Buffalo, New York. Jason, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Justin?
All is well, Jason.
I want to talk about the whole identity thing. Hey, so when you call yourself black and slow, is that not identifying as being black and slow?
No, it's not.
Why is it not there?
Because I know that I'm not, and I'm conscious of myself saying that.
You know that you're not there, but you're conscious of yourself saying that.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
Oh, all right. As far as like your biblical question, I like to go into.
Why do you think about other people?
Because it's human nature.
How's that? Interesting point, man. How is it human nature?
Because we are social creatures. We are social by nature. We depend on each other for so much stuff, for like basic necessities of life, for like culture, to find out things.
And what good does it do you to think about other people?
What good does it do for me to think about other people?
Right.
Good for me to think about other people.
Yes.
I guess it like gives me for me it gives me it gives me something to compare myself to. That's how I think about other people.
So you think about other people because it allows you to compare yourself to other people?
I mean, that's how I think about other people. That's mostly like in the sense what I think about other people.
So you think about other people because it allows you to compare yourself to others?
Yeah, compare other people's ideas and philosophies and how they view things. Yeah.
Really? Very interesting, man. And you think it's normal to compare yourself to others?
Yes.
And what's normal about that?
What's normal about comparing yourself to others? If you don't have a standard or a bar that you're trying to reach,
Right.
then you have to have something to aspire to.
And so, what bar are you trying to reach when you compare yourself to others?
It depends on the situation.
No,
Like
what
if
bar
I'm
are you
like-
trying to reach when you compare yourself to others?
It depends on what I'm doing. Say if I'm writing like a little skit or a story or something like that, I'm trying to like, if I want to make it like inspirational, I think I like MLK or Malcolm X or Marcus Garvey. If I want to make it funny, I go into like a Kevin Hart, Cat Williams type mode.
What a
If I wanna
sad
get
way to
drama-
live, man.
What you mean a sad? No, you live a sad way to live.
What
You tell
a,
people-
no, let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Calm down. Calm down. What a sad way to live. Do you know that to compare yourself to others is a pathetic,
It's
sad, is a pathetic, sad way to live? It's an abnormal way to live. But I do appreciate you responding to the biblical question, and you said some interesting stuff about that, how you compare yourself to others and blah, blah, blah. And I'll put my little 2 cents in on Sunday about that.
All right, and can I ask you like one more thing?
Yes.
All right, I mean, so you talking about, let's talk about like you don't compare yourself. Oh, I talked to Larry Elder yesterday. Could you have him like call me or we didn't get to finish our conversation?
What?
I talked to Larry Elder yesterday. He took over Brandon Tatum's show. It's like we didn't get to finish our conversation. He never answered my question.
And so you're telling me to have Larry call you?
I mean, not have me call you, but I mean, next time you talk to him, can you tell him that Jason from Buffalo I don't know how often y'all talk. Like, you tell people to be alone and don't talk to people, but
I don't tell people to be
alone.
alone and don't talk to people. That's not true.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
So you trying to tell people like keeping up with people and making phone calls and like having friends is not like you don't say that.
Yes.
You don't try to you don't try to isolate people. Don't you try to isolate people?
No, I don't.
You don't. You don't
No.
tell people to
Jason,
like,
I
stay
gotta
away from your
run
family.
because of time. Super chat. Thank you, Jason. Super chat. Super.
Lin Yan Chen gave a few donation super chats
Thank you.
saying,
Appreciate it.
prior to the 1830s taxonomy classification system, English users only used the word race for what science folk today call species. They started calling species in taxonomy in the 1859 book Origin of Species. He says race was the original English word for species, but it was changed to be the synonym for like ethnicity, different nations, peoples, with social Darwinism after the end of the Civil War era. Interesting, huh?
Very much so. Can you break it down a little bit?
So, like, race used to be, he said the human race is the kin of humans, people who can breed together. You know how blacks and whites can
because we talked about
get together and make
human
babies.
beings or something like that.
Yeah, the human race, or the different
yeah.
races in among human beings.
Right.
Stuff like that. So,
Thank you, man. Very interesting. I never heard that before, though. Back in a moment. 2 more hours to go. Highly recommend you get them. The 7 guaranteed steps to spiritual, family, and financial success guide. Even if you're not starting a business, but you have a job or you're on welfare, it can help you if you do. Be doers of the word, all right? From rage to responsibility. From rage. That's what I write about in the first chapter, especially how I overcame scam, how the black leadership exploits black Americans. They are using them. The blacks are too willing to be used. And then my last book, The Antidote, Healing America from the Poison of Hate, Blame, and Victimhood. They are all amazing books, and they are helpful. Go to rebuildingtheman.com if you want an autographed copy, or call 800-411-2663.
a whole lot of mess going on in the world. This is the end of hour 1 of
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. We're also rebuilding the family by rebuilding the man. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Welcome to the show. You can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. And my biblical question for this week, and it's a doozy. Why do you think about other people? Why do you think about other people? You ever think about that? Why do I think about other people? Amazing question. And you can listen to the show on your iPhone or iPad if you're running around and you'd like to hear why it's happening. Of course, you can podcast, but you could be listening while you're running around or just laying up at a beach doing nothing. Or just snatching and grabbing, bringing it to pharmacy stores. You had a bunch of people driving up to the pharmacy stores, and you bring your tools with you, you bring it over the bar, and you go in there and take medication. Whatever you're doing, you could be listening to the show by calling the listen line at 605-615-4131. 605-615-4131. And to donate and have your comments read out loud, go to Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/Jesse, JLP Talk, or Bond JLP Cash Out. All right, and I am going to finish it up with those super chats that we started on, but we ran out of time. It's Thursday, and every Thursday is Bible Thumper Thursday.
See, my family, we're not like regular churchgoers, but I know places like this are supposed to help you feel better, and that's really what I need. I did something terrible, and now I just feel like there's something wrong with me. I mean, really wrong, deep inside. I can't shake it. What do I do?
And they're sitting there dying, watching the dust, even television. I feel like going up and choking them or something. Say, let's end this fast.
Tribulation will arrive by Armageddon. Few survive.
That should get you to heaven.
Well, thanks. I feel much better. Bye.
I bet you do. 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. I want to just finish up on those super chats we started out with, Jay. Super. If you notice, Hate has on a new shirt today, and it's interesting.
Interesting is what the English call ugly. Are you English?
It's not ugly.
Thanks.
It's just different.
Like me.
And what is it?
Some people say that it evokes the birds of paradise, which is a type of plant, okay? It's manly, by the way. And
it's manly?
Yes.
It's manly?
Right.
What's manly? The flowers?
My whole shirt.
Oh.
It's gray, it's black, it has some blue leaf things, drawings and paintings, and orange and yellow and
red.
Flowers. Manly ones, though.
Alpha flowers.
Right.
Not beta.
I got it at Big 5.
Not beta flower, but alpha flowers.
Right.
Oh, man, nice shirt, by the way.
Thank you.
It really is a nice shirt.
Yeah, you too.
What?
Moving on.
What the?
Joel is here.
Yeah.
He got here late today.
Yeah, typical.
And you're never late.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he's not.
I think, I didn't know he had a birthday yesterday until I heard his show or something. He was
same. I didn't even really believe it.
He didn't tell anyone he had a birthday.
Yeah.
And so I guess he went out and got drunk last night.
No, he doesn't. He hasn't got drunk since he was like 18.
But he's never late. And he
True.
just got here right now, and his eyes look like he's been drunk. Joel, come here and tell us.
That may just be a lack of sleep.
What?
That may just be a lack of sleep.
Yeah, walk right in front of the camera.
Nick is on it.
So, number one, this is Joel Friday TV. He's on every day, Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Why you didn't tell anyone about your little birthday?
Well, I felt weird
I'm sorry?
in. I felt weird to be.
I can't hear his mic.
Oh, we can hear it though.
Oh,
It is
okay.
going out.
Oh, okay.
It's just a funny thing with glitch with yours.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it felt weird walking into the office and say, "Hey, y'all, it's my birthday." I don't know. I just felt weird to do.
What?
I didn't want the. I mean, I
How
don't
do
know.
you need to learn from Hake?
Maybe so.
Hake let us know he's on
I
the way
remember
to
that
the
day.
office.
I remember that.
He let us know he's on the way to the office, and it's his birthday.
And he walked in the office and said, "Hey guys, just to let you know,
Right.
it's my birthday."
Yeah. But you felt weird telling us it was your birthday?
Yeah, I just didn't. I don't know. I didn't really care to let everybody celebrate. I don't know, celebrate me today.
Well, how did the super chat of your birthday?
I guess.
Who is that from Joel?